Welcome to UFC Connected. Israel Adesanya was one of the standout performers of 2018. His first round win over Derek Brunson at UFC 230 capped off a 4-fight win streak in his debut year and earned him a shot against former middleweight champion Anderson Silva when the Octagon returns to Melbourne in 2019. It's been a big year for the Nigerian-born New Zealander, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. UFC commentator John Gooden went one-on-one with the last stylebender to find out more.
Israel, the last stylebender, Adesanya!
I think you can say right now, that kid's the truth. That's the last stylebender, folks.
Delighted to be joined by one of the men of 2018, Israel Adesanya. It's great to finally meet you.
Cool.
You're on my screen everywhere right now. Every time I'm scrolling through YouTube, I'm seeing your face. I'm seeing the interviews that you're doing. 2018's, I mean, it's your year, right?
Yeah.
4 fights, 4 wins. Did you expect it to be like this year?
Yeah.
You knew this was coming. You're nodding already.
Honestly, yeah. I literally, people are surprised, to the level I planned all this. I made sure every single detail, even this, it's weird, I just drill these things by accident, you know? You be driving, you kind of just I'm talking to Joe Rogan after I went on the mic, I'm talking to the press conference. So it's kind of weird to say, but I'm ready for this, yeah. Even ready to be famous. A lot of people kind of get thrust into the spotlight and they're like, what's all this? They're like a little horse out the gate and they don't know how to deal with it. But for years, I've known this was gonna happen, so I've been prepping, being ready for it. So now it's natural to me. Even I slid in Dana White's DMs in 2015. It was like, hey man, just get me to that cage. I'll take care of the rest. You know, so I knew that all this was coming. I just told them, you just get me just one shot.
Yeah.
So I need, like Eminem said, you only got one shot. So I made it happen. Just one shot, one kill.
So here is the Nigerian-born, New Zealand-based Israel Adesanya, 28 years old. This man is calm, cool, and collected.
I've had 4 fights already in the UFC. Every single fight, it's like exponential growth. But the thing is, I was ready for it. I can see what's happening. I can see how I'm playing this game. I'm player one in this, and everyone else is just bots.
In the middleweight division, Derek Brunson versus Israel Adesanya!
So the fight with Derek Brunson, he got a little heated. Was he on tilt going into that fight because of all the pre-fight stuff?
Bro, you look at his demeanor, you look at how he came to the fight, he kind of walked out just trying to hype himself up. You see me you look at my eyes, look at the beast, and look at him. He just looked like he was dead. It's different when you're in front of me. You can feel my energy, it's different. So, yeah, they can talk all they want, but when I'm in front of them, sometimes the mouth can write checks that can't cash.
This is a real level test fight for Stylebender. This is where we find out what's up.
I need to talk about the finish in that fight. Walk us through how it went down from your perspective.
Joe Rogan alluded to it, he's got to watch out for that knee. That knee's going to come at some point.
He's got to be careful that Adesanya doesn't set him up for a knee as he tries to do that as well.
He came in for that last shot, and I remember I hit him with it.
Oh, he stunned him!
Kind of stumbled, but I caught my balance straight away, and I was like, ooh. I hit him with a 3-piece. Pop, pop, boom, then boom.
Oh, big left and right. Now the uppercut in the knee. Brunson is down.
He dropped down and got back up. He smiled at me, and he goes, I was like, ooh, okay, I'll show you something. That's when I went orthodox again. Question mark kick, right hand, whoosh, like a whip. When I rocked him, a lot of guys in this game were just like, he's hurt. And just throwing hope. I aim and fire. There's a difference to this. I pick and choose all my shots.
Oh, he tagged him again.
Oh, another knockdown. Israel Adesanya knocks Derek Brunson out in round 1.
I was throwing Layla at 40%. I'm not throwing 100%, you know? People are like, oh, but he doesn't have any power. Dude, my baby sister has power. Everyone has power. I don't hit hard, I hit sharp. I hit precise, like a surgeon. I have to find the shots. Herb Dean saved him that night. I was merciful, I'll be honest. I was merciful because Yeah, I could have hurt him really badly. I was taking my time. I was just playing with him. Pop, 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 and then it was over. I remember just taking it all in like, you just did that. One of the best career highlights of my life so far.
You've got a big one next, Anderson Silva. Where does he stand amongst all the greats?
One of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time.
And what does it mean to you, therefore, to have the opportunity to test yourself against a man of that stature?
For me, I didn't want to at first. I've been on record to say like, nah, why did you do that? You know, like, there's no need. But I have to do it. I had this dream, and then, I don't know, I talked to my coach and I was like, yeah, I think this is how it's supposed to play out. The guy is the GOAT. But I'm Nigerian. I've been eating goat meat since I was a kid. This is normal to me. It's normal. Anderson's fights, I've watched all his fights. All his fights. I mean, I know him better than he knows himself in some ways, because I'm on the outside looking in. I watched him on DVDs for so long, and I was like, man, this guy's the man. And eventually, when I watched UFC 90, I watched him fight Patrick Cote. That was the one that made me take, like, notice, because he just dismantled Patrick Cote. I keep saying he blew his knee out with telekinesis. That one made me look at fighting differently, because that was around the time I just started fighting as well. I had this perception that you have to be like, you know, Rambo, like this jacked up dude, you know, to be able to fight. But yeah, I see the skinny black guy whooping everyone's ass. I'm like, I'm a skinny black guy. I can whoop ass. So yeah, he kind of helped plant that idea that I could be the best in the world. The guy is just a Picasso of our time, you know, he's a genius.
Someone else right now on everyone's lips is Robert Whittaker.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that name to you, I mean, what does that spell out? What has he done for you as a fight fan? Oh, a money fight.
Yeah. Actually, I just realized he alluded to something in an interview that he's happy my fight with Anderson got put on his one because he gets pay-per-view credits. I'm like, he's right. Because I'm the fight, I'm the main event. People come to see us. Our fight is the one that people want to really see, and I'm like, but when I'm champ, I get some of that as well. It's already worked in. But yeah, Robert's cool. He's a nice guy. I like him. He smells nice. No, he does. And honestly, I can't wait for that fight. We're gonna blow the roof of that joint. I've got some in the works. Don't worry. I sold Dana my idea. You can have it for free, but I'm not giving it for free.
Robert the Reaper!
You see him in your future?
He's a Wallaby, and I'm all black, like the New Zealand rugby team. That sells itself. We don't have to do anything for that fight. That just sells itself because people want to watch that. I'm the black Kiwi. I'm the one with the biggest wings, the only Kiwi that can fly. So, yeah, we're going to come over next year at some time and invade Australia. And I'm taking my belt home. But I'll bring it over on holidays just for, like, visitation rights. You know, just come see and say what's up. Just because I like the Australians as well. So I'll just go, hey, what's up? Hey, hi, cool, hi, bye. I'm out.
I'm really enjoying seeing the international flavour of mixed martial arts right now. You guys that have African heritage, you're banding together from various different nations. How cool is that for you, and what's the future like for guys with that background?
I've said this, like, for me personally, I'm the runt of my people. Honestly, I swear to God, I'm the runt. Like, I was never athletic. I had the same size head with a skinny body. I looked like a lollipop. And yeah, I had to like grow into myself over time. But then last time I was in Nigeria, I remember like just looking at the kids and I'm like, man, they're all playing football, just doing their own thing. I'm like, they're so gifted, like just athletically. You see kids that are just jacked. And it's like, man, if someone can just take that football away, say, here's some gloves or here's a gi, and show them how to grapple and stuff. But like, we also have great boxers where I'm from. So eventually, like right now I'm getting a lot of notoriety back home because I keep plugging them up. I keep speaking in my native tongue. I keep doing the traditional dances and stuff like that. So they're watching me now. I can't wait like till when I get that belt and I go back to Nigeria. I can't wait, like I'm getting chills.
December 2019, your Wikipedia page.
Oh, UFC middleweight champion. And we'll be defending it probably New Year, in 2019 at the end of December. Or might have already defended it because I'm very active. I get itchy knuckles pretty quick.
Israel, thank you very much.
Sure.
Fascinating conversation.
Easy.
Best of luck for 2019.
Arigato gozaimasu.
British bantamweight Nathaniel the Prospect Wood gained notoriety on the European scene with his crowd-pleasing fight style and consistent finishing ability. In 2018, Wood was signed by the UFC and recorded an impressive win in his debut. The young up-and-comer credits much of his success to former UFC fan favourite Brad "One Punch" Pickett. The UK MMA legend has become a mentor for the Londoner and believes there are big things ahead for him in his UFC career. Time now to hear from the master and the prospect in Fighter Focus.
The prospect came from me and my dad were watching a series called Sons of Anarchy. In the show, there was the prospects. And my dad said, you're the prospect. So, you know, it was just before my first semi-pro fight, and he said, stick that down as your nickname, and, you know, it's stuck with me ever since. I actually saw Brad a few times before he even knew who I was, and as a little fan, I was like, hey, Brad, like that, and he'd always give me a little wave.
I was in shopping mall, and I just heard well, Brady! And I was thinking, what's that noise? Like, and I looked down, and this little kid going, and I just went, all right, mate, and that was it. He tweeted me, saying, I bumped into Brad Pickett. I looked at it, I saw he was a fighter, and chatted to him a little bit, hey, if you want to come do some training, whatever, you know, I could come along. He came and done a sparring session with us, and straight away, man, this kid's got talent. If you nurture the guy in the right way, I can see him doing well within the sport.
I'm very lucky to have someone like Brad. He's like a father figure. He looks after me, does so much for me.
Everyone thinks Nathaniel's my son, but that's actually my real son down there.
You're gonna have to take my gum shooting as well.
God.
Cheers, Dad.
Times have changed. Times have changed. All right, guys, you ready? Just boxing, first round.
Today's Tuesday throwdown session. So it's our kind of one session a week where we just go hard, you know, big gloves, shin guards, everything.
I do think it's very important for a coach and a fighter to have a strong bond. I have a really good connection with Nathaniel. He's very professional, very coachable.
Don't always head out, Nathaniel. Body's there as well. Shot, there you go.
You have to trust your coach. If I'm in there and I'm telling him to do something, and if he didn't trust me, it would never work out.
It's like a dictionary. You know, I can just open him up, and if I want to find a word or a technique, he's got it.
There you go, nice.
If I need to find out how to deal with sponsorships or managers or promoters or anything like that, he's been there, he's done it.
Perfect, Nathaniel. Good timing, perfect timing.
And it's great to have a coach like Brad who's got hundreds of techniques, so it's nice that he still jumps in, you know, we keep him young as well.
Sometimes you can tell when someone's using you. You know, there's a lot of coaches out there that use people, they want to make money off you, and Brad's one of them guys, he's not, you know, he'll do anything and everything for someone and won't expect anything back. So, you know, for me, that means a lot.
1, 2, 3, hey!
I don't want to come out to a fight relaxed and calm. When I get in that cage, I want to be in second gear, so if someone slaps you in the face, you know, you're going to be up for the fight then. So I got Brad to do it. I said to him, give me 1 or 2 slaps. He gave me 3, I think.
Everyone's different routines and things to get them ready for fights. Some people would flip out if I slapped them. For him, it just wakes him up.
You know, it's one of those things where it gets me ready for the fight.
He's got him hurt badly. Oh, huge right hand back with that. Whoa, he's out on his feet. Unbelievable! Wow, what a finish by Nathaniel Wood.
After being slapped 3 times, you know, you definitely don't want to get in there with me.
Get a Junior Vine. Nathaniel, the Prospect Wood, rules London once again.
The UFC debut is here for the London, England native Nathaniel Wood.
The debut, it felt normal.
A lot of people think this is a guy who can vault into Bantamweight title contention in the UFC.
The whole training camp, I thought Johnny Eduardo was going to come forward. And as soon as we went into the fight, he was on the back foot. So straight away, I was a bit thrown by that. I listened to my corner, and obviously we're adapt to everything.
Wood so fast with those hands.
Very quick.
In the first round, he did catch me with a shot that did have my head ringing.
Cracking left hook from Nathaniel Wood. Now he gets stunned by Eduardo.
There's things you can't teach. Determination, grit. And Nathaniel could dig deep. Taking all the skill set aside, sometimes you need to have this, you know, as well. And he has that. He has that in abundance.
When Johnny Eduardo went for that shot, he went for that takedown, and I set up the Dar stroke. I knew I had him from the moment I set it up.
Trying to slide the arm all the way through. He's going hard for the Dars. He might get it. Needs to set that hip down.
Eduardo tapped. Nathaniel Wood, a winner in his UFC debut tonight.
We talked about maturity for the young buck. What does he do? Changes it up, goes to his submission game off the attempted takedown by Johnny Eduardo.
And not surprisingly, Brad Pickett excited that the prospect Nathaniel Wood comes up big in his first UFC showcase here tonight.
I'm not his dad, but I'm as proud as her dad.
Very successful year. To get signed by the UFC, to get a finish in the UFC against a high-level opponent and get the bonus, it was a dream come true.
Nathaniel Wood!
I'm not acting up for anyone, I'm just being myself, doing what I love to do and training hard, and I'm just going to be me, and hopefully, you know, the people like it and get that support going.
At UFC Adelaide, former heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos proved he's still a force to be reckoned with by finishing undefeated Australian Tai Tuivasa in the main event. Heading into enemy territory is nothing new for the Brazilian veteran, who got the job done against the hometown hero, and now, with back-to-back wins, he remains in the title picture heading into the new year. Let's take a look at Junior's time down under in My Fight Week.
Yeah, this is my second time here in Australia, but my first time fighting. Adelaide is a very nice city with nice people, and I'm glad to be here.
I thought it was a baby.
It's my third fight at home. I wouldn't want to fight anywhere else. I'm going out there to take his head off.
Yeah.
I'm not here to around.
It's a different way to start the fight week, you know, and we all together received this welcome, you know, ceremony.
You already tight together? Nice and tight now. Yeah.
What is that? What is that, bro?
You've like this one, all the smoke coming through here. So facing me.
Like a family?
Nah.
I'm feeling like a good energy, and I hope to keep this good energy too next Sunday. I'm the mom.
UFC heavyweight champion, it's come a long way to be here. Junior Dos Santos.
He wants to beat me up, I want to beat him up. But we don't need to do that before of the fight, you know. I know it's part of the promotion and things, but you can promote a good fight, you know, with good fighters, not good talkers. He was thinking about the kangaroo. He likes to stand up and bang. I love to do that too. So good for you guys, good for everybody. I'm gonna study him on the first round, you know, throw some high shots against him and see how he react. And at the second or third round, I'm gonna knock him out. I know you probably will be rooting for Tai Tuivasa, but man, I can't wait to knock somebody out. And that's gonna be him, you know? Or maybe some one of you, man. One of you, huh? Oh, you won, huh? Okay, I'll see you, man.
One last time, Junior Dos Santos.
We found this market here, you know, they have a French restaurant there. They do an amazing mashed potatoes because the place we are going to, it's they have really good steak but they don't have carbohydrates, and I need carbohydrates. Sometimes people come and talk to me, and I feel special, because the whole world, is following MMA today, and they know us, and it's something very, very cool and very nice, to have. I'm getting drunk of water.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigado, hein? Te vejo depois.
Boa sorte.
Obrigado. I'm always training jiu-jitsu, I'm always training wrestling, and I love to knock people out. I will try to do that. But if I need, I have that to use too. People will be expecting the best of him, and that's what I'm expecting too, the best of him, because I don't want to hear any excuses later. I think no doubt it's going to be a good fight for the fans, and Adelaide will have some good times with us.
Here it is, the heavyweight main event. The former UFC heavyweight champion, Junior Dos Santos, and the undefeated Aussie, Tai Tuivasa.
Beautiful right hand from JDS as Tai Tuivasa stepped in. Beautiful nose kick. Nice punches on the inside.
Boxing from Tuivasa. Wow. Oh, another kill with a chop from Tuivasa. That was a ball.
Tuivasa went down.
JDS with a big shot.
He's taking a look, but JDS is pouring the pressure on here.
Raining down big hammers.
For Mount, he's striking from the bottom, which tells me he doesn't have an escape route here.
King Kong, he smashes his way to victory here in Adelaide. Big win for Cigano. Playing the winner by TKO, Junior Dos Santos.
My game plan is always my boxing thing, man. I have knockout power, and I can knock anyone out. That was, tougher than I thought. He connected some good kicks on my calf. But man, I have knockout power, and I'm very confident. And thank God I got that knockout. So it's good, we're gonna celebrate a little bit on the streets around here in Adelaide, because it's a beautiful city with nice people, and I want to celebrate with them. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, guys. That was my fight week.
That wraps us up for another episode. Get in touch and give us your thoughts online by using the hashtag UFC Connected. Until next time, bye for now.